First time in history, $100,000 pond for turtles. And it's going to include a wetland filter, intake bay with a skimmer, a bridge. We have a cantilever deck. We've got giant trees and logs in here.
I think it's going to be the best feature on the property. Kenan, time flies, bud. Like, I feel like I was out here just a few weeks ago, but I was out here in October?
It was October or November, I think. You came out in November, we talked about all this, and now, once again, we're ripping up the yard for something fun. I love this mess.
I'll tell you what, your energy is so contagious, because I was out here before, and I saw you smiling, like, you get that look, you know, and you're like, oh, this is going to be so awesome.
I know what to expect now.
Yeah,
I mean, I think we're on our 6th pond.
This is the 6th?
This is the 6th.
This is the 6th.
Yeah, I think I'm officially Aquascape South. You know, so I'm excited.
I think he's got more ponds here than we do in the Aqua Garden.
That's the goal,
which is pretty crazy.
I don't know how I mooch off you guys so much.
And this one's going to be awesome. Way different than the other ones. It's kind of like a hybrid of all of them, right?
It is.
We're taking everything that we've done and put it into, I think it's like a 30 by 18 foot pond,
right?
With a bridge and a cantilever deck.
Also, for this one, you've got some really cool additions, which I'm excited about. You're talking about a skimmer box. We're going to do some different applications in the
wetland.
In the wetland,
we're going to use bio balls instead of our rock and gravel. And
I love it.
So it's going to be an awesome day. We've got an awesome group of people prepping everything, and then there's going to be 50-60 people here for a day and a half. So that's fun.
It's a good time, man.
So we got a ton of stuff done, but I kind of wanted to take you through the vision that we got going on. And right now it doesn't look like a whole lot, but it's gonna be incredible in just a couple short days. So over in here, we had to stop digging. We're gonna put a bridge that's gonna take you across the pond, up and around, everything else, around these giant bamboo plants, and over to a deck that's gonna cantilever out over the pond. Right in this area is gonna be an intake bay, and the reason we couldn't dig this out is because that machine would get stuck back over here. So we've gotta leave this until the very last day, get our waterfalls done, place all of our boulders, which are coming in a few minutes. We got the fabric in, we got the liner in, we even started digging our wetland filter up on top, and we even got the base prepped and ready for our giant wall that's gonna go in here that's gonna support the cantilever decks.
Lumpy and his girlfriend have been kind of hanging out. I'm gonna have to get some New Jersey muscle. Come here. He's gonna soon have beachfront property, but you can see how he was a little annoyed because he's been cooped up for a little while. So I guess we'll just throw him in this enclosure that's on the other side. There you go. He's heavy. He's heavy. He's not easy. So we'll just get right over here on this low one. And there you go. All right. There's one. I think I got this one, bud. Oh yeah. Shaking hands. Shaking hands, making friends.
All right, so we are setting the back foundation footing for the deck that's gonna go in here. So we're zeroing that up on the wall that's in the pond. So that way our cross beams will lay across both pieces, give us good support. Setting that up right now, we'll get it backfilled, put in place, nice and level, and it'll be good to go.
So I'm kind of prepping, getting ready for the waterfalls. Remember, we've got this wetland filter over here, and all that water is going to be fed into the bottom of that thing and then kind of rise up through a bunch of filter media and then pour over this. And aesthetically, this is what's really going to draw everybody into this enclosure. Because of the height of this waterfall and where the viewing area is over there, this is really, really important, right? I just want this to look killer. But I'm going to keep it kind of simple. We're going to have enough room to do at least 3 drops. I can't start the waterfall this high, but I'll probably bring it down someplace in here, which will then leave all my edges up here plenty high. And as I carve it out, I'm kind of thinking, which direction do I want the waterfall to face? Right now, this fall here, between this rock and this rock, definitely faces this way. Like, I don't want that drop coming like this and then like this. I want it to twist a little bit. So what I'm going through my mind is, do I want this next fall to drop like this and you just catch the profile of it? Or do I want to open it up a lot and let it drop even more that way? And so I'm not sure where I'll be at. Only time will tell, but I'll kind of start playing around with how I want it to lay out. I don't feel like a quitter, but that jackhammer sucks.
Considering I've been doing it the last hour and a half.
Isn't it always the way though? Like the last little 6 inches you have to dig just happens to be the hardest.
It's like it takes the longest.
Oh, wow. It's because it's bedrock,
yeah.
dum-dum. Make sure you put that in there. Listen, we've got tomorrow, one more day of prep before everybody gets here. I want to get this to a point where Thursday and Friday, you feel comfortable rocking this in with a group of people, like doing the overlap here and there and like foaming. And Josh can really help with the foaming and bib lining and all that stuff. Tomorrow, if we can have aqua blocks, fabric liner, fabric, aqua blocks, backfilled and done in here. Prep. Your biggest concern
is that you're going to get too much done.
Yeah, right.
And you're not going to have enough to teach the guys that are coming from all over the world, including England, for this build.
Yeah, guys from all over the country are coming.
Yep.
My biggest fear every time I've done this is not getting it done. So I want to have like 80% of it done, and we can teach all day long. There's so much explanation that needs to go in. We have concrete cloth that needs to be cut and put in different areas, beaches, edges, bib liners.
Well, here's the
wetland
cool
filter.
thing about that. It's not like people are going to be bored at Camp KENAN seeing all the animals and everything else. So.
And we can take them over to other ponds and explain things at other ponds.
There's plenty to do.
And we've got bush wildlife, and they're flying over there too.
Right, but I want to make sure that we don't finish too much.
Well, Friday, what I'm hoping for is Friday is more like clean, rake, make it look pretty.
Hang out.
Put things back together, hang out.
So one full day of training and building, and then one full day of just finishing.
And you remember last year over there at Bush Wildlife, how long it took us to put the fence back?
No, I don't remember that.
Oh, it was really, really hard. We're gonna spend a great deal of time rinsing this down. So today we're gonna set up probably 3 more of those tanks.
All right.
And just start filling them so we can rinse it all down. We got plenty to do.
Okay.
Don't worry about the education. What do you think of it so far?
I think it's beautiful. My number one thing that I love, let's walk over here. My number one thing that I love about it is these giant bamboo stalks coming out of here.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
I didn't do that.
You didn't do that.
Yeah.
That's my number one thing, is the setting. So every water feature is a unique work of art, one of a kind custom creation, even though the process to build it remains the same, because every setting is different, every rock is different, and each water feature is unique because of that. And this is the first time I've ever built with giant bamboo stalks right behind it. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
All right, so basically we have such a beautiful ecosystem pond, and we used some cinder block that I had, some materials just create kind of this wall, so we didn't have to use up all the rock. But unfortunately, it's a block wall. It's kind of boring. It doesn't really fit with the natural look of the pond itself. So I called my good buddy Mark from Viewcrete, and he's a guy I met many, many years ago. He has a way of transforming ordinary concrete structures to make them look more natural. We want this to firm up a little bit so that we can then take our trowels and carve veins and cracks into it so we can do the best we can to mimic some kind of natural looking facade. And it's a hell of a lot better than just looking at gray cement block. Even though it was gonna be underwater, I don't want my turtles to be looking at a prison cell. I want them to think they're in the middle of the Amazon.
So it's the calm before the storm. Got here a little early on the day. This is the day where all the contractors are coming in to learn, see what we've been working on for the last couple days. I'll tell you what, even though I've done this like a lot, hundreds and hundreds of times, I still get butterflies in my stomach, kind of like it's game day, and you know, and then eventually they go away, just like when you get back into the game. But I'm excited to see what everybody thinks. I love sharing, love teaching, all that kind of stuff. It's all about educating and inspiring and motivating these guys to get better and better. And so hopefully we can pull that off. It's gonna get super crazy here.
What Greg, Billy, and I are working on right now is we're focusing on our intake bay. We left this to show everybody on what we're doing and kind of how we tackle these intake bays. What we did this morning, we came through, we dug our trench for our walls right here. So we dig down a couple inches, get our base material, so that way we can set our wall inside the liner. Once we got that done, we started throwing our aqua blocks in. So you can see we have 8 small aqua blocks and then our pump vault sitting off in the corner. What that's gonna allow us to do is pull that water into this area, and this is gonna be like our mechanical skimmer for the entire pond.
We got the bridge in today. What we've done to get that thing set level, and even with the top of the deck here, we measured down from the bottom of this. We went down 30.5 inches, made sure we went down 4 more inches for our base of gravel, laid our blocks down, structure bonded the blocks together, backfill with gravel, make sure that we're making them structurally strong. I went ahead and built the bridge beforehand, so that way we can have everything done, get all those footers in, and that way we can come over here and just set the bridge in and be done and start rocking around it.
A lot of education this morning. I think people are really into the updated way we're doing wetland filters with the bio balls and everything else. I think at this point they're just excited to see it all turn on, right? And how is the intake bay going to work with the skimmer box? How is the skimmer box going to feed the jets? But at this point everybody's just decorating, and this is what I love about working with CACs. Everybody just wants to be involved, and so people are working on the bridge over here. Billy did an awesome job with the bridge. I kind of like that sawtooth look that he did there. Jackson there setting boulders with Craig Gill. You got all these guys behind me working on doing the edge work and button up the waterfalls. It's like really coming together nice. You can see everything's getting pretty close to being done. When I say done, like things are being raked, extra rock is being pulled away, put into storage back behind Kenan's barn over there. Jack and Billy and Greg Gill have been working on the pumps down here. Speaking of pumps, we got a couple different options with the pumps. One of the things I want to do with the pumps is make sure I've got the right pump for the right situation. So with the jets, I want to do a 4 to 8 going to our jets. The reason I went with the 4 to 8 is because I want to see how much water he actually wants to push through it. I think we only need like 5,000 gallons of water to run through the jets. He's going to put that on a timer. It'll run 2 to 4 hours a day, just enough to pull all that debris into the skimmer box. And then we're running a 7,000 gallon per hour pump up here for the wetlands. How about it? Another awesome build out here at Kenan, right? It was an epic project, and we did it in 3.5 days, somewhere in there.
The days just have blended together.
Right?
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank Brian. I would like to give a long distance dedication to our pond professor, Ed. But right here, and I mean this, and we've had a private conversation, so this is for everyone else to hear. I love this man. He has given me so much. I'm getting teary-eyed. This is a lot. This is a lot. One person shouldn't be so fortunate. I really appreciate you.
Well, this is
thank you.
this is a labor of love for
I
us
know that.
all.
I love
and
you
to give
all.
back to our customers that are going to enjoy it and have animals that can enjoy it. I mean, that panther reveal this morning over at Bush Wildlife was literally heart-choking to see that go out there and know what we turned it into. And when I first came back out here in 2018, it was just cement water features. And I said, we got to fix this, and we have slowly been fixing it. Are we ready to turn it on?
Let's turn this sucker on.
Yeah,
Get over
let's
here.
do this.
We got water. Check it out.
What do you think, bud?
I'm always impressed by what you guys do. I was happy years ago when you guys put that first pond in.
And how many years ago was that?
That was 8 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, 8 years ago. And in that 8 years, I get to know you,
Yep.
Ed, Greg, all your other the other CACs, Jack, Ralph, all those characters. I am blown away by what you did here.
I mean, huge shout out to all the certified Aquascape contractors, because
Amazing people.
as much as you want to take credit for yourself, right?
Yeah.
You can't. Like, I do this much work and everybody else does
Yeah,
everything
they
else.
really
and
do.
so there's a little direction and stuff, and we were talking about it earlier. The biggest difference I'm seeing is just the eagerness, the willingness, and all these guys just wanting to get involved.
I think that's testament to what you guys at Aquascape Central do at the mothership out there in Illinois.
And of course, I can't forget Kubota. Without the use of these machines, there's no way we were going to get this project done. From the skid steer, the tractor, and the maneuverability and the flexibility that that machine allows on a job site is worth every penny we would ever invest in it. The big excavator and being able to stretch out and bring that big old tree down to its place and set some of these big giant rocks. You really can't build a pond like this without equipment like that.
I love you guys from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah.
Really. Thank you. I said a bad word, but you can bleep that out.
Well, that's it, guys. Tell us your favorite part. I don't know if I envisioned it exactly this way. I know Kenan probably didn't envision it exactly this way. It always turns out a whole lot better. Tell us your favorite part. Is it the bridge? Is it the deck? Is it the waterfalls? Is it the beaches? Is it the turtles? It's the setting. It's all of it for me.
It makes the bamboo pop.
Yes.
It brings out the bamboo in Brian's eyes.
We'll see ya.
Later.